and welcome to the Nature Codes podcast. I'm Amira Daly, an energy healer and mentor. I deliver inspirational tips and shares on how to welcome nature into your life to inspire transformation. I will share with you guidance, tips, and interviews to nurture that special bond between you, the universe, and nature. Hello, lovely people and your lovely animals. Welcome back to my podcast, The Animal Codes. Today, I'd like to share a little bit of my understanding into diet and shed a bit of light on what I have found from my work with people and animals using the Body and Emotion Code, and just my general observations through my work via the animal codes. So firstly, I'd just like to say the main area I feel needs addressing in our society today regarding diet is the amount of toxins that we are taking in from our food. Every single day, on every single session, in every single animal, on every single person, I am energetically removing toxins, at least one per person per session, per animal per session, sometimes up to 5 per session. We have a huge build-up of toxins in our bodies, in people and in animals, and these are coming from a whole host of different substances that we're taking in from our food. The main culprit, I would say, is processed foods, and this is especially prevalent in the animal food industry, where the processes in the source food that's being put into these foods aren't with the highest welfare or well-being to the animal. It is full of different toxins. The main toxins that I seem to be removing through my work is preservatives, sweetener toxins, GMO food toxins, food colorings. I would say these are the most. We're also getting toxins from ingesting caffeine and alcohol as well. Also, I would like to say from pharmaceutical drugs that I am also removing pharmaceutical drug toxins from our bodies on a daily basis. Obviously, this is prevalent in animals as well. These toxins are, I would say, the main cause of mental and physical health issues. We have a huge build-up of toxins stored in our muscles and tissue. This is the root source of free radicals in our body, which causes inflammation. Inflammation has been proven to be the cause of health issues. The majority, in fact, I would say all health issues, including mental health. So this is a huge area that we need to address in our society. I have found from my own journey, our diets are key to unlocking our health. I now try to purchase as much organic vegetable and fruit that I can. I try and stay clear of processed foods. Obviously, there are times where I won't and I'll just let myself off, but I would say 80 to 90% of my diet is fresh fruit, vegetables, freshly made food, and I try to stick to as much organic sources as possible. The reason why I go organic and I have a real passion to completely go organic is because the problem with growing foods in soils that aren't organic is it's more likely to contain toxins, free radicals, and it's more likely to contain toxins that are then absorbed into the vegetable or the fruit through the root system. And especially this is relevant for root vegetables because they're surrounded by the soil in which they're in. And if farmers aren't spraying pesticides, herbicides, and other chemicals onto the soil, those fruit and vegetables will be less likely to contain these toxins that we need to stay clear of. I especially know that root vegetables are extremely beneficial for our health because they act as a grounding influence in our body. Grounding has the ability to pair up our free radicals in our system, which reduces the inflammation we carry, which obviously will help with any health and mental health issues. So root vegetables are really a great component to a healthy diet. But obviously, if these are more prone to toxins because they are in direct contact with the soils around them. Getting a varied plate of lots of different colours, different types, so root vegetables, fruits, seeds, nuts, is also massively important because the different colours reflect the different vitamins and minerals in the plant. And so getting a varied plate of all of these will additionally help your body cope with any toxin builds up and also any health issues, because a lot of our health issues are also caused by deficiencies and not eating enough of the right foods that we need. At the end of the day, our bodies need these fruits and vegetables that have been grown in the sunlight. They need healthy soils to create the nutrients and minerals that our bodies need and bring those into our bodies so that we can live healthy lives. There's a bit of a disconnection between some farming practices and the health benefits of those fruit and vegetables. Again, we can also look at washing our fruit and vegetables just to make sure that at least some of these toxins are removed from the surfaces of these fruit and vegetables as well. I always try and make sure that I wash my fruit and veg. It's also good to bear in mind that there is actually a list of the top dirt, it's called the Dirty Dozen, so you can look that up online. There's 12 fruit and vegetables that are renowned for carrying toxins. If you were to pick any fruit and vegetables that you wanted to prefer to buy organic, I would have a look at that list. I would highly recommend that, at least for the Dirty Dozen, the fruit and vegetables that you eat are organic. This does include bell peppers, strawberries, apples. Have a look at the list online because that will massively influence which foods you're buying organic and kind of help you to understand which are more likely to benefit your health if you invest in those fruits and vegetables. Alongside fruit and veg, I would say the other equally important food that I have noticed I massively need in my system, especially in everyone's system because it's part of our body, is protein. Our bodies are made up of protein. Our DNA is made up of chains of amino acids, and amino acids come from protein. And so I have noticed a huge difference when I make sure that I increase my protein intake on each plate that I eat. If I'm not giving myself enough protein, I don't find I function as well, and my mental health or mood does decline. Whether you're vegetarian, vegan, a meat eater, just making sure that you're including as much protein on your plate as possible has also massive benefits. I've got PCOS, which I have actually gotten rid of through the body code, but I definitely find that I'm more affected in a good way by eating more protein as part of my diet. Another equally important and hugely essential part of our diet is, of course, water. Our bodies are made up of mostly water. You can see why it is so important to drink enough water every day, but not just a certain amount every day. We do need it regularly throughout the day. Water helps to flush out our system of toxins as well. If you're drinking water throughout the day, you're helping your body digest your food in a better way and release the toxins or anything that your body doesn't need. rather than having to hold on to too much water, you're actually, by drinking more water, you're able to flush out things throughout the day as well. So that helps with your detox. I have learnt that energetically we also need water to clear out our energy. I would say drinking more water will massively and dramatically increase your positive mood and mental health, because at the end of the day it flushes out your system, not just with toxins and physical stuff, but also energetically as well. Animals have a better relationship with water because they don't seem to drink other things. Animals are better at maintaining their hydration levels, and so that is quite a good aspect compared to humans, where humans like to drink alcohol, tea, coffee. Animals mostly solely drink water, and this helps to flush out their system. With regards animal foods, I have come to realise that as much raw as possible, but especially staying away from highly processed foods, is going to massively help your pet's wellness. Liver disease is actually caused by processed foods, the toxins that are in these processed foods that we're feeding our animals. And I know that a couple of my cats in the past have actually died from kidney failure, and now I'm starting to realise that it could have been the processed foods that we were giving them at the time. And so it's really good to understand the importance of making sure that we feed our animals a wholesome, natural, sun-grown, organic food, because at the end of the day their health is going to be impacted, and you'll be trading that in for more visits and costs to the vets to maintain their health. It's always best to start at the root cause and preventative measures to make sure you don't have to go out and go to the vets to benefit their health in a more costly way. I had a horse that I worked on a few weeks ago now, and what I found from working with this horse was that I released some heavy metals from her. These I narrowed down to an aluminium source. So I went back to the client and I said, I've just released some aluminium toxins from your horse. She was like, I suspected that the farm that we're on used to be an ex-mine. So she looked at the records and she found that the land that she was using to graze her horse was on an ex-mine. And she had intuitively suspected that some of her health issues was down from what she was eating. And so I managed to release the aluminium toxins from the horse's body. Through the body code, I managed to get her from being lame to being completely cured of it. And so we can kind of see that, amongst other things, these toxins are playing a big part in our animals' health and behaviour. But it's also good to mention that obviously there are some things that we just can't control. We can't control where our animals graze and what toxins are in the soil. As much as we try our hardest, sometimes there's just no choice, and we are exposing our animals and ourselves to untold toxins. And so this is where the work with the body codes that I practice is extremely helpful, because at the end of the day, how do you detox a horse? It's very, very tricky to be able to do that. Being able to detox them energetically kind of sidesteps any issues with physically detoxing. So I can release toxins energetically, which massively improves their health and lowers their accumulation of toxins within their body. So this leads me nicely on to human detoxing. And I would highly recommend the medical medium for a physical detox. My first drink of the day is freshly squeezed lemon in a pint of water, and I always drink that before I drink or eat anything else, and then I allow 15 minutes for that to process through my system. Lemon water is really good for cleansing your system, especially when you wake up in the morning on an empty stomach. And then I try to also, after drinking the lemon water, I should try to do it more often. People do it every day, but also celery juice. So fresh celery juice with no water or anything in it, just freshly, I liquidize it and then strain it. That is a really good cleanse for your system. The medical medium also shares a heavy metal and liver detox, and I can definitely recommend doing those. Those are really powerful for cleansing your system physically as well. So that brings me to the end of this episode. I'd be so happy to hear from you. Feel free to message me via my website or on Instagram. Please tune in for next week's episode. I'm so excited to start recording that. And yeah, thanks so much for listening. I'm so grateful to everyone who listens and interacts with me. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please subscribe to the Nature Codes podcast so you never miss an episode. If you enjoy what I'm sharing, please rate and leave a review so that other nature lovers can find me too. And lastly, follow me on Instagram at The Nature Codes for more inspiring free content as well as access to all of my programs.